What's up guys, Derek, moreplaysmoredates.com. Today we're going to be talking about the Vitamix versus the Ninja. So this is the Ninja blender and this is the Vitamix. So when, before protein ice cream was really, I think as mainstream in the fitness community, I had seen it a few times before, but more notably was I used to go to Bubble Tea to get these like really thick fruit slushes, and I want to make something like that with whey protein and fruit for like just make a thick slushy essentially. And this is I guess before, like I said, before protein ice cream was popularized on YouTube and whatnot. And you know, when I'd go to Bubble Tea, I'd see the apparently the word on the street was they use these Vitamix blenders to mix those really thick smoothie things and get the consistency the way it was. And the most powerful device that I could find at Costco, and where I live in Canada, everything's in Canadian dollars, by the way, that I mentioned. So this is a $500 Vitamix, and this is less, I think this is $198, the Ninja. So a couple years back, I get this thing because this is supposed to be top of the line, the best thing ever. It's gonna help me make the thickest of smoothies and protein ice creams, and I was severely disappointed. Within a handful of uses, this thing was burning out to the point that it was literally, you could smell smoke and it would just burn out in the middle, where you'd have like half your stuff would be like dry ingredients still and half of it would be mixed, and you'd just be left with something you can't even really use. Then you have to clean the fucking thing out, eat half of it, clean the rest of it. It was just a joke. And it literally discouraged me so much that it was like, if the best $500 blender that Costco has cannot make a protein ice cream, then I'm not meant to have protein ice cream. It wasn't until I started seeing people on YouTube making it more often and seeing that the actual machine they're using, that I realized like, oh, people are doing this and it's coming out with a consistency that works and they're not all burning through their blenders. I literally assumed that blenders just couldn't handle making the viscosity I was trying to get from the protein ice cream. And then Greg came along and he popularized the Ninja, which, you know, presumably I would think back, you know, when I first, you know, looked at the protein ice cream stuff years ago, was if this thing can't even handle it and it burns out to the point that the motor like almost lights on fucking fire when I'm using it, how would anything else do a better job? So I gave up on it. And then after watching a bunch of Greg's stuff, I like, you know, decided to revisit it, and I noticed he did a competition between the Vitamix and the Ninja. And granted, his Vitamix didn't burn out, so I didn't think that maybe it was just mine, or I don't know. I just thought that maybe like it was just a matter of time before the one in his video would have gone to met the same fate, because it seems like for some reason a lot of YouTubers and a lot of people are still using this thing even though they know that it fucking sucks. So anyways, I decided to bite the bullet. I was like, okay, I still want to eat this, and you know, getting a little bit jealous of all the people who are getting to have protein ice cream except me, because I have this fucking burnt out $500 blender I can't even use. So I'm like, okay, I'll give it one last shot. I'll get this Ninja. And in my head, I was thinking at the time, how could something that's less than half the price even meet the same quality as this one? Like, I assumed at best it would work the first like 5 to 10 times and then it would burn out, like similar to this. So, and this one doesn't burn out, like it still works until I'm like halfway through and then it burns out. So it's not like it's just dead. It's like it can get like half the job done and then it burns out. And then you can smell smoke and it sounds like the thing just died. This one, I assumed at best would meet the same fate. I was wrong. This thing is so fucking good, and it has had no trouble getting through even thicker viscosities than I was able to only get halfway through with this. To date, I have had no issues with this whatsoever, and it works amazingly. And I am baffled at the fact that this is the top of the line thing that Costco recommends you get, and everyone just recommends you get. It makes me think, like, what are you guys mixing in this thing? Because presumably you're getting it to grind through some pretty hectic shit, and I can't even make protein ice cream with this. Like, what could you be using this for that it's doing a good job of? I don't get where all the positive reviews come from, because this thing's trash. I don't get it. Like, the Vitamix is like the most highly acclaimed blender in my area of Canada for some reason, even though it can't even make one perfect thing of protein ice cream. It's terrible. So never get a Vitamix, spend almost 1/3 the price on the Ninja and get this if you're willing to get something. So like, I assume that Greg really just recommended this one because this is the one he had, not because there was some like rigorous comparison process. But when you actually compare them, it's night and day, dude. Like, it's actually, this thing is actually fucking garbage, even though it's almost 500 bucks in Canadian. And this one, less than half the price, and actually works and will not burn out in the middle of your kitchen. Like, I don't get why that Will Tennyson guy, he's like one of the main protein ice cream guys on YouTube, and he still uses this thing from what I've seen. And I literally see in his content, the thing's like burning out on him. I'm like, dude, you must have, like, he must have a Ninja by now, I would think. Like, does he just use this thing as like a fucking meme at this point? I don't get it. Because this thing, this is a joke of a device. It kind of is baffling that this thing still sells. So, I don't know. Maybe it's just the Vitamixes in Canada that are horrible. I don't know what it is, dude. But if you are wanting to make protein ice cream, I recommend you get a Ninja. And, you know, Greg wasn't lying. It's that much different. So, anyways, take from that what you will. Quick video today because it's, I guess it's picking up steam and popularity. The protein ice cream is like a satiating, you know, like dessert, even though it's more just like something that you can fit into your diet really easily and be satiated by and get, you know, a strong amount of protein in and potentially micronutrients as well, depending on what you want to mix in it. But yeah, it's becoming very, very popular to have, you know, a big protein ice cream on a, you know, semi-regular basis. And people are getting these blenders now. And people are still getting the Vitamix because of all the reviews online that for some reason think that this thing is the fucking best, even though I just don't see it at this point. I literally watch content of guys with the thing almost going up in fucking flames in their kitchen, just like mine does. And then they still are using it, even though their thing is like smoking at the end of it. And then they still are using it. I just don't understand why people aren't spending less money and getting this one at this point, because I think there's been enough reviews at this point. If there hasn't been enough reviews at this point, hopefully this pushes it over the edge and people realize that it's not just, you know, people saying it because they just happen to have bought this one first and they think it's, you know, or recommending what they chose. Like, I've literally bought both at this point. This one, I would literally not even spend $50 on this thing. It's piece of garbage. So take from that what you will. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe if you're interested in protein ice cream. Get a Ninja. As far as the model in question, frankly, I don't know if it really matters that much. Maybe check out Greg's video on that. But I just picked the, I think it was like a $198 one on Amazon in Canada. And it was one of the best reviewed ones. I made sure it had the size I wanted. And it was not one of their most basic models. But it does the job, dude. It's way better than this thing. And this thing cost way more than it was. I'm pretty sure, if I recall correctly, it was the most expensive model in Costco. So just baffling that that thing is still being pushed. So thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, check out my blog, moreplatesmoredates.com. Follow me on Instagram at moreplates_moredates, Facebook, Snapchat, BitChute, Twitter, TikTok, Apple Podcasts if you want to listen on audio instead of burn through your data. If you want to support the channel, you can check out anything I am associated with in the video description below. My TRT clinic, my turnkey nootropic and pre-workout formulas, Gorilla Mind, Gorilla Mode, as well as anything else I am associated with. Thank you guys for watching. Talk to you soon.